Okay, so I guess I have to do it like this because I am trying to change my view, but it's not working the way I want it to. Okay. Okay. All right. As you watch me fix my environment, my atmosphere. Let me say good morning, good morning, good morning. I have something that I need to share. I wish lighting was a little bit different so I could actually, but it's not. Yeah, I think I'm too much in the light. Okay, so let me just share what I got this morning, and I don't know how it's gonna come across to people, but I'm just doing what I'm told to do. Okay, so it's just my obedience this morning. Just my obedience. The title that I have this morning is Mindful Effects. Mindful Effects. And the subtitle is Your Mind is Insulting You. Your mind is insulting you. So, whoever this is for this morning, I know it's going to resonate with a whole lot of people, whether you receive it or not, but it will resonate with you, right? So, your mind is insulting you. I think this would go for a lot of men, but it also goes for women as well. Okay. So, can I say this without anyone's permission? Your mind is insulting you. Your mind is insulting you. And I'm saying this so that you can learn to control your mind, your emotions, your behavior, and whatever area in your life that you need to have sorted out or fixed. Okay? There's a scripture in the Bible that says, the blessings of the Lord, or the blessing of the Lord brings wealth, and he adds no trouble. No trouble is added to the blessing. And that is Proverbs 10, verse 22. So hear this. Our Creator created us with a mind which fly. Our Creator created us with a mind which he expects us to control, right? And he expects us to control what he has given us. So that is an expectation from him. That is an expectation to us or for us as individuals. There is no decision in our lives that is considered a mistake by God. God is the creator, and there is no decision in our lives that is considered a mistake by Him. Everything is considered training. Okay, so training and development, and this is how we gain experience, right? This is how we gain experience to be able to help people in many areas. So sometimes we wonder, why is it that we work in this area and then we work in that area and then that area and that area, and what is all of this doing to me? Well, I find for me personally, it is gaining experience. That's what it is, right? So based on where I started, it's gaining experience, right? I've told all the times the story of how I started. My first job was as a secretary to a general manager. And based on that, I learned skills that I used all my life and I use up until this day. There are some skills that you just cannot get rid of. Those are some skills are foundation skills. And so those foundation skills, I had to duck that one. So foundation skills, right, that we actually need in life to use every day. Okay? So when I learned when I learned to type and I was typing 100 and something words per minute, I'm like, I might not be doing that now, but I was, because that was my job, right? And that was a daily job that I had to do. Now, move to different areas, and I learned, title searching, and you walk through lands that most people have never walked through, places that I never know that I would live, all those kind of things. You put them together and you wonder, what is all this for? What were all those special assignments, for implementation and doing the foundational search that you can go train somebody else? What was all that for? Right? And then now you see, you don't know what you're doing in life, working in property and mortgage and all that kind of stuff. And even watching my father on construction site and see things that happen, I would know that these are things that I would need this day in my life, right? So when you collect experiences, there's a reason for collecting experiences. Some we don't remember right away, but anytime we have to draw back, to use them, we know where to get them from because they're already in the memory bank. They're stored there. So we might not remember everything right up front because we've learned so many things. But the thing is, you have that memory bank that you can always go back to and dig for whatever you want and use that, right? So, why do we get these experiences? It's so that we can use them in life. And you don't know which area you will end up in, so that you will need those experiences to pull back on, right? So, don't ever think that your experiences are for no reason. Okay. So, when you are created to be influential, right? No one has the power to stop you. When you're created to be an influential person, no one has the power to stop you. Your enemies, your betrayers, your deceivers, your haters, they have no power over you. So people look at me and wonder why I smile so much when they're giving me hell. Trust me, they are. They're doing some things that, I mean, they're not remarkable. They're just stupid. And nobody wants to talk the truth because they don't want to say people are, doing stupid things and whatever. So I use words that people don't expect to be used, but they're in the book. You see, I get them from the Bible. So I can't be wrong. All right. So they wonder why I'm always smiling and I'm energetic, right? They don't know that I have my time when I have to refuel. They might not see me in the refueling process. So they see me when I'm energetic. So they think, okay, she's always energetic. She always has that. Yes, I do. Because that's just who I am, right? By nature, that's who I am. But I am energetic because I've been given that grace, that favor, and that honor bestowed on my life, right? And that's given to me by my Heavenly Father. Okay. So by my creator. I don't know why people have a problem with it, but it seems as if they do because they're showing it, and they're showing it especially these days. I find that when God is taking you to another level in life, this is when the enemy needs to pop up himself, pop up his big head, and show that I'm bigger and I'm better and I'm going to fight you out of this. And they don't know, when God created you for something, why he does. People don't know that. I'm sorry for them, but you know what? They don't. They just don't know. So personally, I do not play mind games. Right? We're talking about mindfulness and the minds that causing a lot of people problems. I do not play mind games. But if you betray me and continue to betray me, you will experience that in return, because when you're working on it so much, you're basically saying this is what you want in return, right? If you make attempts to frustrate God's plans for my life or the plans of the generations connected to me, you will receive the same. I guarantee you, you will receive the same. People call it karma. I just say it's a return to sender effect. That's what it is. If you come to stop me or to strip me, right? So say you come to strip me, there is a word to take care of you, and you don't know that, right? And it is found in Esther chapter 8, verses 11 to 15. Good. So I think when you think you want to try to destroy God's anointed people or his chosen ones, just be careful of what you're doing because there is a word to take care of you. Okay? Just in case you don't know, there is a word to take care of you. All right? Good. When that is, you know who you are. You know who you are at this point. So when you make attempts to mess with my YouTube videos, right? If you know that I'm going towards communication, right? I have how many PhDs that I'm working with on, you know, during the week. And if you decide you're going to come and mess with my YouTube videos because you want to make it look like I cannot communicate, just remember I've spoken at graduations. I write speech for graduations, right? And this is executive graduations. I do prayer breakfast. I'm a speaker. I'm a motivational speaker, whether you like it or not. I still do that. I'm a communicator. So if you want to mess with my videos to make it look like I cannot communicate and you want my videos to look like they're in pieces and whatever, just remember I'm seeing you. I just want to let you know that I'm seeing you and I'm seeing exactly what you're doing. And what you're doing doesn't make sense because it takes a fool to mess with people's lives, but it takes someone who can see beyond the foolishness to know that you are who you say you are and somebody's trying to mess with you, right? So for all the mess that the enemy has been doing for so long, I'm just trying to tell you because you've gotten enough warning. So I'm just trying to tell you at this point in time that your mind is really messing you up. Okay? Just sit down and examine yourself and just realize your mind is making a mess of you. And it doesn't look good on you. It does not look good, right? A mind that is sorted out would look better on you than the one that you're wearing right now. It just doesn't look good on you. Okay? So you're trying to make the pictures look crazy. You're trying to cut my videos in pieces, and make it cut shorter than the normal time. You look stupid. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay? You look stupid. I'm carrying something that you're not carrying. And that's the reason why you're fighting. Well, why don't you stop your fighting and sit down and think about what you're doing and see if that makes sense to you? You know what I mean? You're not in your right mind. So it it doesn't look any way to you, but let somebody who's in her right mind, like me, tell you that it just doesn't look good. Okay? It just doesn't. All right. So I reviewed the video and I see that when I did the review, it looks good. It did look good. It was fine. But somebody decided that he was going to come or she was going to come and mess it up. I've seen the person showing up so many times. You're trying to look to see what you can get use against me to mess with me and all that kind of stuff. Sort yourself out, please. Okay? Sort yourself out. There's a better version of you that you were created to be. Why use the worst version, one that you created for yourself, when a better version of you was created for you to operate in? So why take the worst version of you? Choose the better version. Choose the better version. Just know that you're not fighting against me. You're fighting against the one who sent me to speak. So if the one who sent me to speak is against you because you're messing with me, just know that you're going to find yourself in trouble, right? Because he orders me to speak and no man fights against him and wins. If you want to make my communication seem tainted, incorrect, or full of mistakes, you may want to understand that I have a personality and a communication style that is totally different from many people. I'm not like everybody and I'm not like anybody. Okay? I was created to be me, which I don't replicate anybody. I don't take anything from people. I use exactly what I get. I'm a strategic person. Strategic leadership is my area of expertise, right? And I'm an innovator. I'm a creative person. There is something about me that's different. I found it out, but I didn't need to tell anybody. But I guess no, I have to make it known because a lot of people are doing things that are not necessary. Okay? All right, so my style is totally different. So messing with my videos only prove a lack of intelligence and immature behavior. I am not a part of that immaturity. I think I'm too mature. I've been training too many people, too many PhDs for me to fall back into the category of people who want to see me, in a stalled position or a stale position. That I will not do to appease anybody's appetite. I refuse to. So you're being insulted by the things your mind produced. You're being insulted by the things that your mind produce because you're producing bad behavior, irrational behavior, behavior that you don't think about before you started to act. And so while you're producing that behavior, somebody else is watching you. Somebody who's very observant is observing what you're doing. And it doesn't look good. It really doesn't. You can't be a PhD and you're acting like you never studied anything. You never did. It makes you look stupid. I'm going to be honest with you. It makes you look stupid. You can't be someone who said you went to school or you went to some kind of a college and you're still acting as if you're in primary school, right? So where is the intelligence that you would have developed, when you showed up at school? I don't understand how people can get up and judge people and prejudge people who they don't know. If you stayed in my house for a week, that doesn't mean you know me. You don't. So you cannot say you know me just because you stayed in the house for a week when you came for a week to cause trouble, 1 week of trouble. You know what I mean? Somebody's watching your undercover work. Who are you? Who are you? Somebody figured you out before you figured out yourself. You see, the funny thing is, Judas didn't really know at first that he was the betrayer. But you know what? He found out. Now, that's the reason why he went back and threw back the 30 pieces of silver because he found out. Now, if somebody doesn't tell you where you're going wrong, you don't know where you're going wrong. So you don't know how to go give back that 30 pieces of silver because within you, within yourself, within yourself, this fly is giving me a hard time. Within yourself, you think that you're doing right and you're doing good. Come on, fly, leave me alone. You think that you're doing right when you're not doing right. You see what I mean? What you're doing does not make sense. And when I say you see what I mean, I'm giving you time to think. It's not because I'm lacking words. It's not because I'm lacking in words. It's because I'm saying, you see what I mean? Which means, are you seeing or understanding what I'm saying? Are you taking the time to think about what I just said? Right? How quick thinking are you that when I say, you see what I mean? It's not because I'm saying, well, I need a word to put in this area or whatever. No, I'm saying, do you see what I mean? Because I'm a very challenging person. So when I speak, I give you challenges right in the middle. Do you see what I mean? That means, are you understanding what I'm saying? Are you perceiving anything that I'm saying? Are you taking away anything that I'm saying that you can use it to apply to your life? You get it? Right. So I like to put that in right in the middle of my speech for you to understand, because I'm allowing you not to just think about what I've said at the end, because you might not remember. But right in the middle of the speech, I'm giving you the opportunity to sit down and think, what is it that is causing you to act so irrational? What is it that's causing you to act with so much hate inside of you? What is it that is causing you to behave the way you behave? Where where did you get that envy and that jealousy from? Where did you get that that cup of covetousness? That now your cup is overflowing with covetousness. Your cup is overflowing with jealousy and envy. Let your cup overflow with something good. Come on. Let your cup overflow with something good. Not with envy and jealousy, not with covetousness. You don't know that what somebody's working on is not something that will affect you in your life at some point, right? Sometimes we are the ones who are allowed to take on the assignment that will affect everybody's life, that will help everybody. But then when you fight against me, I don't want to help you. I don't. Within myself, I don't want to help you because you keep fighting against me. What is wrong with the mind? With these men and their minds, why they keep pushing on finger in on your pushing on ring on your finger in their minds. They're touching up your bum, they're touching you up in all different parts in their minds. Like, what's wrong with your mind? Get a grip on your mind. Come on. Get a grip on your behavior. Sort yourself out. Your mindful effects are not causing you to experience favor and honor because you are seen as unintelligent and lacking wisdom. Let me say this again. Your mindful effects are not causing you to experience favor and honor. Sometimes it looks like it, but it's not happening. And why? Because you are seen as unintelligent and lacking wisdom. You're seen as immature. Is that how you want people to see you? Gentlemen, men, I'm talking to the men. Is this how you want a woman of honor to see you? Like someone without honor, a man without honor? If a woman has honor, she doesn't want a man without honor. If a woman is intelligent, she doesn't want a man who's not intelligent. Okay? If a woman is filled with wisdom, she doesn't want a man who's lacking wisdom. You might not have as much wisdom as she does, but she doesn't want someone who's lacking wisdom. No, she doesn't. I sure don't. Good. And I will help other women not to. Because you need to know your worth. And until you know your worth, I've written the book, Know Your Worth. And I hear everybody talking about it. They haven't bought the book, but they're talking about it. Right? And women, some of you, you deserve better. But if you're not acting it, nobody's going to give you better. If somebody offers you something and they give you the minimal, don't take the minimal. But you're so cheap, you'll take the minimal and make the rest of us look like we're so cheap. So listen, if I could buy me a car for $20,000, I'm not going to let you buy me a $10,000 car. Keep your $10,000 car because I could buy one for 20,000. So if you want to wait until I get to the position where I can't afford one, right? That's when you're going to present to me a $10,000 car. Guess what happened? I will kindly present it right back to you and I'll wait until I can afford to buy me one for 20,000. No, seriously. Because however you cause a man to treat you, woman, that's how they will treat you. However cheap you suspend yourself, that's how that man will lift you up. As cheap as you suspend yourself, he's not going to bring you up. You showed up too cheap. I don't mean the way you dress, I mean the way you present yourself. Presentation is different from dressing because some people will be dressed from here until they get to Aruba. Good. And you know what? They still, they still do not have a presentation that is professional. You cannot call yourself a professional and you're not one. So, for those of us who know professionals, we know what professionals look like. We know how professionals behave. So, when you're trying to push someone to the limit where you want the person to act as if the person is not a professional, somebody who is a professional knows what it's like to handle professionals and just know that this person is being pushed. Somebody is trying to make this person act out of character. If that's your aim, to make someone act out of character, it means you have no character. So you need to develop on your character before you actually try to push someone out of character. You see what I mean? Because there are a lot of men who have no character. They want to push women down to the bottom, then they sit on them, then they turn around and mess with them. I'm not going to tell you how to mess with them. But when you allow someone to mess with your mind, you're really saying you have no control over your mind. Okay? Hear what the Bible says. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You can only be transformed when your mind is renewed. If you cannot renew your mind, you cannot expect transformation. Why is it that so many people are walking around and you can tell that they would like transformation because they're trying to hook up or attach themselves to people who are already transformed? But the reason why they're not experiencing transformation is because they refuse to renew their minds. Okay? Ooh, had to fight that one again. You know, these flies are like the enemies. That's how they come around. But anyway, I don't know if you really think that, you're going to experience mindfulness, right? And you can't get over the mind that is insulting you. Your mind is insulting you. Because of your mind, your behavior is erratic. It is not right. Okay? So fix your mind because your mind is insulting you. Fix your mind. Fix your mind on whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, the things that are of good report, and then you won't look like a fool. And your mind will not insult you. Okay? These are the words I have for you today. I had to release it because I've been observing and I was told you have to release it today. So I had to get out early to make sure I get it done. The were bothering me, but flies can't do me anything as long as they don't get in my mouth. So let me tell you, renew your mind so you can look like somebody that another person would want to walk with on the street. Okay? Because some of you, your behaviors is erratic. All right? Just remember, mindfulness is important. And there are mindful effects. There are effects that will show based on what your mind is thinking, what your mind is processing. You might think people don't understand, but people do understand. Okay? All right. So we're always going up and going over to the other side. So I would like to see you going up so that you can get over to the other side. Stop your bad behavior and let your mind stop insulting you. Please have a great day and we will talk again soon. All right? Goodbye.